Coming up on Global Business, Chinese President Xi Jinping welcomed the visiting President of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Felix Tshisekedi, in Beijing. Chinese Commerce Minister Wang Wentao is expected to meet with his American counterpart Katherine Tai today during the APEC Trade Ministers meeting in Detroit, Michigan. A big data industry expo kicks off in China's first big data pilot zone in the southwest province of Guizhou, and we discover what's being discussed at the event, which is the first of its kind. From CGTN headquarters in Beijing, this is Global Business. I'm Lily Lu. The President of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Felix Tshisekedi, is on a state visit to China until Monday. Chinese President Xi Jinping held a welcoming ceremony and held talks with Tshisekedi on Friday. They announced the two countries would upgrade relations to a comprehensive strategic cooperative partnership. Xi Jinping said that cooperation between China and the DRC had been productive. China has been the DRC's largest trade partner for many years. Xi Jinping called for a synergy between the development strategies of China and the DRC. He said that China will continue to help the DRC pursue economic and social development, and he offered more cooperation in energy, mining, agriculture, infrastructure, and manufacturing. He also proposed cooperation in the digital economy, education, and health. President Tshisekedi thanked China for its long-term support for the economic and social development of the DRC. He reaffirmed support for the One China policy and readiness to deepen economic links. Following the talks, the presidents witnessed the signing of agreements in investment, the green economy, and the digital economy. Let's now take a look at the bilateral trade between China and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Bilateral trade between the two countries reached $14.4 billion in year 2021. Now that represents a nearly 60% surge from a year ago. Breaking down, China's exports to the African country totaled nearly $2.8 billion during the year, marking an annual jump of over one-third. In the meantime, China's imports from DRC were 4 times that level, topping $11.6 billion during the same period, and that is up almost by 2/3 from a year ago. Experts say the two countries' economic complementary will pave the way for greater economic cooperation. Well, in the meantime, trade ministers from the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation are meeting in the U.S. city of Detroit for the 2023 APEC ministers responsible for trade meeting. Chinese Commerce Minister Wang Wentao is expected to meet with U.S. Trade Representative Katherine Tai on Friday on the sidelines of the meeting. Now, for more on that, we have our correspondent Hendrik Sybrandy on the ground. Hi there, Hendrik. What is the latest from the meeting?
Well, good morning from Detroit. These meetings are continuing to go on. This is a 2-day sets of meetings that happen every year involving trade ministers in 21 different countries that make up APEC. Now, a lot of business is being done here at the hotel behind me, but the real focus is on 2 different meetings between, as you said, the Chinese Commerce Minister Wang Wentao and 2 trade officials from the U.S. Yesterday, Mr. Wang met with U.S. Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo. They met in Washington. As you indicated, Mr. Wang is scheduled to meet with the U.S. Trade Representative Katherine Tai today at this hotel behind me about midday here in Detroit. Yesterday's meeting with Ms. Raimondo could be a preview of today's discussions. They apparently had a very frank and what they call a substantive exchange of views on trade issues. Both sides have lots of complaints about the others. Those have been publicized, of course, over the past few months, even the past couple of years. China is very unhappy with U.S. export restrictions on semiconductor chips and other high technology products that otherwise might be sold to firms in China, but the U.S. has placed severe limits on that. They're also unhappy with U.S. security reviews discouraging Chinese investment in the U.S. The Chinese, for their part, recently banned the sales of memory chips by Micron Technology in China. At the same time, and the U.S. is clearly not happy about that, the U.S. is complaining about what it calls alleged Chinese economic coercion. They're also unhappy about investigations of foreign consultancies and U.S. consultancies in China, raids on those consultancies, as well as investigations. So it's a two-sided street here. Both parties have complaints about the others, and that's the reason for these meetings. But the readout we got from yesterday's meeting in Washington was that the two sides did have a frank and substantive discussion. This is all really an outgrowth of the summit that President Xi and President Biden had last November in Indonesia, where they decided they needed to open lines of communication as much as they could to try to help with some of these tensions. The more communication, the theory goes, the better the economic relationship, at least between the two countries, will be. And so that's kind of the prelude to the meetings we're seeing both yesterday and today here in Detroit.
Great stuff. Thank you very much. That's our correspondent Hendrik Zaibrani in Detroit, Michigan for us. Chinese Commerce Minister Wang Wentao reassured American firms during the meeting in Shanghai that China remains open to U.S.-funded enterprises and strives for mutually beneficial outcomes. Ahead of his talks with his U.S. counterpart, Wang spoke with representatives from these firms and expressed his commitment towards fostering positive relationships. Our reporter Chen Xuan spoke to Cherry Zhu, president of Dow Greater China, for her insights following the meeting and to discuss her expectations for the China market.
Oh, it's great to have you on the show. Well, first of all, would you like to share with us the main takeaway of yours from the meeting with Minister Wang Wentao?
It was an open and candid dialogue between the government and the industry. I have main three takeaways from the meeting. The first is the Chinese government is committed to further improve the business environment and is ready to engage the business community and listen. This meeting is a good example of it. The second is I'm also impressed by Minister Wang's remarks on China's continued commitment to further opening up and reform, which will unlock many potentials for foreign business. The third, and also a very obvious one, is US-China trade remain very important and depends on a constructive relationship between the two countries.
As you mentioned, it's very important that China kept improving their business environment and also further opening up policies. So what is your take on that?
We believe China has three major advantages these days. The first is its enormous market potential, which attracts business to set up themselves here, and also presents a large pool of talents that business can tap on. The second is the growing number of Chinese consumers who expect innovation, high quality, environmental protection, and sustainable solutions. This will help create a demand and momentum for a business like us, very well positioned to capture. The third actually is the China's very effective industrial supply chain. Not only we sell a lot here, we also source many from here.
How will China's recovery of the economic growth benefit Dow's further development here in China, both in the Chinese market and the global market?
We believe the sustainable and stable recovery and growth of the Chinese economy will offer Dow many opportunities based on our innovative, customer-centric approach and well-established global and local capabilities here. We'll have biggest impact through manufacturing solutions, also collaborating with our customers and value chain partners to deliver innovative solutions with our specialty products. So China is and will continue to be a significant opportunity for Dow, and we foresee the growth potential and innovation in circular economy value chains, mobility and transportations, particularly EVs, consumer upgrades, and supporting the national drive for more advanced and sustainable manufacturing, etc.
Up next here on Global Business, a big data industry expo kicks off in China's first big data pilot zone in the southwest province of Guizhou. We discover what's being discussed at the event, which is the first of its kind.
360-degree profiles of industry movers and shakers, tech mavericks, and policymakers. We drill down on their success. We ask how they set strategy and how they navigate in an increasingly competitive market. Real talk, real business. Join the conversation. Biz Talk, only on CGTN.
And here in Beijing, on the first day of discussions and product release conferences at the ongoing Zhongguancun Forum, guests highlighted the growing global interest in AI innovation. Through open dialogue and sharing of ideas and products, participants are looking to foster cooperation and create opportunities for a shared future in the AI sector. Our reporter Hou Jing has this report from the forum.
The 2023 Zhongguancun Forum began with an opening ceremony on the evening of May the 25th, with a focus on the theme of open cooperation for a shared future. I was particularly interested in understanding what it means by open cooperation and a shared future. I attended forums and trade fairs related to artificial intelligence on May the 26th to learn more about this concept. I caught up with managers from McVie, a Chinese AI company which has been in Zhongguancun since 2011.
所以对于中关村论坛，我们是非常有感情的啊！我感觉
The Zhongguancun Forum holds a special place in our hearts, as it provides a valuable platform for entrepreneurs to showcase their technologies and products and engage in meaningful discussions and collaborations with peers from both domestic and international markets.
和市场的这样一个交流。
At the trade fair, I was captivated by a new product. These AI-powered glasses are capable of generating real-time subtitles to assist individuals with hearing impairments. Additionally, they have the ability to translate between multiple languages, so I guess a broader audience can understand our CGTN programs. In contrast to earlier internet products that relied heavily on closed-source technology, the new era of AI favors the use of open-source tools that allow for greater participation in the research and development of new products to meet the ever-evolving needs of society. According to consultancy firm Rowland Berger's estimates, demands for computing power in autonomous driving applications will increase 390-fold from 2018 to 2030, while smart factories will see an increase of 110-fold during the same period. The integration of AI technologies in other sectors is becoming inevitable.
我们的屏走向 4K、8K。
As our screens continue to evolve towards higher resolutions such as 4K, 8K, or ultra-clear displays, content production has become increasingly constrained by cost and time. To address this challenge, BOE has developed a deep learning model that's capable of transforming low-definition and low-quality videos from TV stations, museums, and websites into high-quality content suitable for modern displays using AI.
实体经济的结合对于所有的这个
For tech companies, particularly those in the AI industry, integration with the real economy is crucial for ensuring a successful path of development. However, due to a lack of deep understanding and know-how about certain industries in the real economy, it is essential for AI companies to cooperate with established companies while simultaneously strengthening their own unique advantages.
During the breaks of the forums, attendees from various companies and organizations were actively exchanging name cards and adding each other to their WeChat contests. This clearly shows that the Zhongguancun Forum is promoting greater cooperation among its participants, with many new connections being made even during the first morning of the event. Hou Jing, CGTN at the Zhongguancun Forum in Beijing.
The China International Big Data Industry Expo, which is the world's first big data themed expo, has begun in Guizhou province. That's China's first big data pilot zone. Well, the focus of this year's expo is on integrating digital solutions into the real economy. Over the weekend, more than 300 technology companies from China and overseas will gather at the expo for business opportunities. Several new initiatives are related to a national level project that aims to transfer data from the east to the west by building big data infrastructure in western inland regions, such as Guizhou, to serve the computing needs of the populous eastern regions. Well, the Cyberspace Administration of China has published the Digital China Development Report 2022. The report states that by the end of 2022, more than 2.3 million 5G base stations have been constructed and opened in China, and 5G users have exceeded 560 million, representing over 60% of the global total. Additionally, 110 cities have reached the gigabit optical network construction standard, and the country's gigabit optical network is capable of reaching more than 500 million households. In the same year, China's digital economy grew to over $7 trillion, making it the second largest in the world, with a year-on-year increase of about 10%. And looking ahead to 2023, China plans to further strengthen digital infrastructure construction and improve the circulation of data resources. And for more discussions on that, let's get into our studio guest, who is Mr. Gai Keke, a professor at the School of Cyberspace Science and Technology of the Beijing Institute of Technology. Professor Gai, great to have you on the show. First of all, help us to understand better the achievements from China's Eastern Data Western Calculation Project, which has been up and running for some time now. What sort of new investment opportunities does it create by aligning the computing capabilities of the coastal and inland regions?
Hello, Lily. I think it covers a variety of different sides, such as cloud computing, data center, and communication carriers. Actually, East computed by the West requires a huge infrastructure construction, from building construction to network connections. Cloud computing itself is it's a big investment. Another example, if we consider data center, green computing is always a hot topic for investment, which requires a lot of new equipment and network supports. Thank you.
Well, Professor Gai, we know that cloud computing and big data computing, it really is one of the backbones of China's digital economy development. So what are the main highlights and insights from that report that was released by China's cyberspace regulator, the 2022 China Digital Economy Report? I mean, that report explains, of course, the growth and development of China's digital infrastructure and emerging technologies like 5G and AI.
Well, it tells that the size of our digital economy is still growing very fast. It takes around 40% of the second sector of our national economy. It is also ranked at the second place in the world. The big size of the digital economy also enables a large number of digital consumers. We can say actually there have been a great change taking place around us every day, like in our daily life. So many mobile apps have appeared in recent years. Moreover, the number of our patents is highlighted, which implies that we do have a solid and strong fundamental of research and development. In fact, we have invested a lot on R&D in digital.
All right, Professor Gai, my last question to you, if you're still with us, is that tell us, what do you think that we can anticipate from the ongoing 2023 Big Data Industry Expo, which just kicked off today? I mean, we understand that the Expo will be providing some of the new insights into trends and advancements in the field of big data. What are your thoughts on that, and including the impact of big data on businesses and society?
Oh, well, for me, I really look forward to seeing some new achievements in security and relevant fields. For example, distributed ledger technologies have enabled new digital concepts, such as Metaverse and Web3. We may have some immersive experience of Metaverse now. However, we also encounter some threats like privacy leakage and data security, especially in the fields of big data. Because I believe that data-centric applications always good targets for attackers. With the development of digital technologies such as AI, attackers have more tools to steal people's data. Therefore, I want to see more displays regarding security-relevant solutions. Thanks.
All right, so security, yeah, it has to come at the top at all times. Thank you very much. Professor Gai Keke at the School of Cyberspace Science and Technology of the Beijing Institute of Technology for us. In the meantime, the city of Shenzhen ranked first in the overall business environment for small and medium-sized enterprises in 2022. That is thanks to its well-developed digital platform. Xu Hua has the story on how the platform is driving Shenzhen into the future.
In Shenzhen, over 2 million enterprises have signed on to a popular digital platform. The platform for government service has a reputation for responding to concerns in a timely manner and provides comprehensive assistance until any problems are resolved. Let's check it out. For one manufacturing company selling cleaning and sterilizing equipment, this narrow crowded road is the only route to transport goods and people. And with the increasing orders this year, it's becoming an obstacle to mobility.
Because our internal parking lot is used to store our products, and there are more than 90 vehicles for our employees, space is a big problem. We submitted this demand through the e-service platform. Within a week, the Human Resources Bureau of Shenzhen Municipality and other departments came over to conduct a field investigation. They approved our temporary land needs the following day.
Fang says the speed, convenience, and efficiency of e-service has won the trust and praise of many enterprises. The platform was built at the beginning of 2020 to help enterprises tackle any problems that arose due to the impact of COVID-19. It now provides services for more than 2.8 million enterprises in Shenzhen.
At present, the e-service platform has launched some major functions. These provide services such as a policy search, how to handle government affairs and submit demands on the mini program, website, and app. This optimizes the user's experience and improves the efficiency of enterprises.
At present, the e-service platform is capable of handling over 13,000 types of government affairs, mostly avoiding on-site procedure and mounting paperwork more traditional enterprises face.
Next, we'll upgrade the function of the policy calculator to help micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises to enjoy targeted policy resources. We'll improve the function of mutual assistance to promote the integrated development of large and small enterprises. And we'll further improve the function of demands to deal with and make all small and medium-sized enterprises across the city process their demands online.
As a communication window between government, enterprises, and employees, e-service is fast becoming seen as a vital new dimension in Shenzhen's first-class business environment, making it even more attractive for domestic and international investors. Xu Hua, CGTN, Shenzhen, Guangdong Province.
Switching gears, let's take a look at the U.S. economy, where inflation continued to remain at a high level in the month of April. That is according to data released today. The high inflation data could also prompt the Federal Reserve to keep the interest rates at a higher level for a longer period of time. Consumer spending rose by 0.4% in April after excluding food and energy costs, and on a yearly basis, the gauge rose by 4.7% from a year ago. And now for the latest on the U.S. debt ceiling talks. Well, the White House is close to inking a deal with Republican lawmakers to raise the debt limit and is said to have agreed on capping federal spending on most items, excluding military and veteran, for 2 years. That is according to Reuters reporting, citing sources. But the two sides have yet to agree on the amount of the cap. Stocks in Asia and Europe traded marginally higher on Friday on optimism of the emerging deal. Yields edged lower for both short-dated bills and longer-term treasuries, and Wall Street futures were poised to open higher on Friday. Time to take a look at some other business headlines that we're tracking at the hour. Elon Musk's company Neuralink has obtained approval from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration to conduct its first human clinical trial for a brain implant, though specific details on study's purpose are not yet available. In the meantime, NVIDIA's stock rose by 24% on Thursday after the company announced the plans to release more AI chips in response to growing demand. And OpenAI CEO Sam Altman has confirmed that the company has no intention of leaving Europe, despite concerns over potential challenges with complying with upcoming AI regulations. The European Union is currently developing the first set of rules governing AI, and Altman has stated that he believes that the region is over-regulating the industry. Well, nearly a month after the governor of the U.S. state of Montana signed a bill to ban TikTok, the social media giant has taken the U.S. state to court. The popular app, with 1 billion users worldwide, has repeatedly come under fire over concerns about data privacy. But some legal experts argue that TikTok might still prevail. Our correspondent Edis Tiense reports from Los Angeles.
The social media giant TikTok filed a lawsuit against Montana over a state law that aims to ban the popular app starting next year.
So this legislation would not fine individuals or bring any criminal penalties against individuals who access the app. It is designed to penalize TikTok and the app stores. However, people are concerned. They're concerned about losing their access to this app.
Some criticize the move by Montana's governor as a political stunt, given the skepticism by cybersecurity experts on how the ban can be enforced in the first place.
It's just not really enforceable. So one of the main issues is that the internet was not designed with jurisdictional boundaries in mind.
Though seemingly not a game changer, the decision still upsets some TikTok users.
There's still 4 years of me growing this fan base, and all of a sudden, one day our governor doesn't like it, it goes away. I don't know, I'd be pretty PO'd a little bit.
Concerns remain about data privacy, despite TikTok's assurances that all personal data is kept in servers outside of China. Some legal experts agree that banning a platform where people share trends, ideas, and commercial products is unconstitutional, as it violates freedom of speech.
In this case, to ban a platform, an entire place where people go to practice freedom of speech and to debate issues or to watch videos of people dancing in cat videos, that's still a manner of speech. For them to ban it before it even happens is prior restraint. And the case law is very clear that courts look very skeptically at prior restraint. There has to be a very good reason for that prior restraint. And I don't think the reasoning has been shown here.
Data privacy is a concern when it comes to the internet, and the U.S. Congress has held several hearings in an attempt to find ways to maintain digital security for users. But many experts we've spoken to agree one state alone taking action against a single platform can bring more problems than solutions. It is Tianshan, CGTN, Los Angeles.
And with that, I'm closing out this edition of Global Business here on CGTN. Thanks for being with us. I'm Lulu in Beijing. Till next time, bye for now.